What's driving markets? Welcome to Market Take. Each week, we'll bring you our insights on the latest market and economic trends that are impacting investments. I'm your host, Michel Dilmanian, portfolio strategist at the BlackRock Investment Institute. This week, I'll share a tale of how we're staying nimble in our fixed income allocations. Central bank rate hikes have restored yield in fixed income. We see that persisting even if rate cuts are on the way. We stay selective in fixed income and credit in Q2. For about a decade, negative yielding bonds proliferated in global markets as central banks slashed rates and bought bonds to loosen policy through the pandemic. Those negative yields are now history. As central banks raised rates during the pandemic, it put the income back into fixed income. We see interest rates staying higher for longer. We think sticky inflation will limit how much central banks cut policy rates and push bond yields lower. That's especially true in the US, as inflation looks set to resurge and settle above the Federal Reserve's 2% target next year. We stay selective in the Q2 update of our tactical views. We like short-term government bonds and EM hard currency debt. We are underweight investment-grade credit, where spreads remain tight. We think other assets provide better compensation for risk. That's why we like high yield, especially in the euro area. On a strategic horizon of 5 years and more, our highest conviction view is our overweight to inflation-linked bonds due to persistent inflation pressures. We prefer private credit over public. Private markets offer higher yields and should see stronger demand as companies increasingly turn to non-bank lenders. We're also strategically underweight long-term bonds. We see yields rising in the long run as investors demand more term premium or the compensation for the risk of holding long-term bonds. Here's our market take. We stay selective, preferring short-term government bonds, euro area high-yield credit, and EM hard currency debt. For details, read our weekly market commentary. Go to www.blackrock.com/weekly-commentary. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Market Take wherever you get your podcasts.
This material is intended for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation, or an offer or solicitation to purchase or sell any securities, funds, or strategies to any person in any jurisdiction in which an offer, solicitation, purchase, or sale would be unlawful under the securities laws of such jurisdiction. The opinions expressed are as of the date of publication and are subject to change without notice. Reliance upon information in this material is at the sole discretion of the listener. Investing involves risks. BlackRock does and may seek to do business with companies covered in this podcast. As a result, listeners should be aware that the firm may have a conflict of interest that could affect the objectivity of this podcast. For more information, visit blackrock.com